Well, welcome. For
Thank
those of you who are watching, welcome to another episode of The Pipeline, where we want to connect and talk and have great, deep conversations with industry leaders. Today, I'm very proud of being talking to one of my long-term partners, client, and friend, Vanessa Gomez, licensed partner and broker associate at Engel Völkers Miami. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here today, and I'm very much looking forward to have this conversation on record. Tell everybody a little bit about you and your story on real estate.
Well, my name is Vanessa Gomez, and I'm a licensed partner and broker associate alongside Daniel Nold for Engel Völkers Miami, the global luxury firm. I started in real estate back in '06, actually, when I got my mortgage broker's license, and I was working at what nowadays is called Amaranth Bank. And I was doing the residential lending over there. And in 2011, I got tired of corporate and decided to jump on the other side of real estate and actually do sales. And about 8-9 years ago, met Daniel through a mutual friend. And I started working with him at Edgewater Real Estate. And one thing led to another, and the opportunity came along, and we acquired Engel Völkers Miami about 2 years now. And we're now developing the global brand at a local level.
That's amazing. I mean, from 2006 to now, a lot has happened in the industry, in the markets.
Yes.
I like to think that we are in the biggest emerging market in the whole USA right now. So I want your take on how do you see, after owning several brokerage, growing your team and the brand, and in this journey, how do you see the Miami real estate market today?
Miami's growth is the word that can define Miami right now. And it's not done yet. I mean, this is just going to keep going. We still have a lot of room for growth as a city because people come here not only for the real estate, but for the lifestyle. And I think that's really what sets a difference when it comes to our market and other markets in the U.S. I mean, New York will always be New York, and we know that. But a lot of people are more and more wanting to have the best of both worlds and have that ability to come back and forth. And the city Mayor Suarez is definitely doing a great job. He's done a great job since the pandemic to really push our city to the level it deserves.
The lifestyle have changed. What else do you want? Amazing restaurants, beautiful beaches. Best weather. Let's not forget about that. But in the real estate industry, we were just talking a little while ago, even the landscape of the city have changed. And I do think that Miami is being seen and portrayed as the future financial capital of the USA. Mm-hmm. I've seen there is a lot of traffic and a lot of people relocating or investing on primary residence or secondary home from New York, from Los Angeles. And even though we're maybe a little far away to comparing price points with those markets, I think we're on the way to take over those markets.
Well, still affordable, as we were talking earlier. I mean, compared to some other markets in the state, even though we have the most expensive zip code in the country with Fisher Island, definitely there's still an opportunity for people who want the lifestyle and are still able to afford. You can easily still find a condo on the water in Miami, in an area like Edgewater for, $800,000. That's still a bargain for a lot of other markets in the country.
So different emerging markets in Miami. Now that we're talking about the opportunities for people thinking to move here, where do you see most of the people coming from? Where do you think they're looking for? Are they more towards the condos, the single family homes, the waterfront? How do you see the market behaving? I
mean, we've all seen in the last year or so, definitely the ultra luxury single family home waterfront is still, a hot ticket item. But in average, you still get a lot of people wanting to get that pre-construction because they want a newer product that's compliant with the new rules after Surfside. And you have the South Americans. There's still a big influx of South American money coming to Miami, and wanting that ability to be able to pay in installments as they go instead of just one lump sum. And that makes a difference. So definitely I see the pre-construction, the newer condos, because the condos are older than 30 years right now, are, experiencing special assessments because of the new rules and the new regulations. And those are the ones that are hurting. But anything that's newer than, 30 years, it's definitely something that's still affordable. And mind you, there's still an opportunity with the older condos. You just need to, as an investor or as a buyer, need to have the right person to walk you through that strategy.
How do you find out which new development projects will have more appreciation than others? When you are advising your clients, I mean, definitely, buying something new that you can pay in installments and you can see that your money growth and your investment in real estate is an important factor for buyers. But what are some data points that you use to advise your clients?
For me, the most important thing to start with is the developer. Because developers, everyone wants to come and develop, but at the end of the day, it's the final product and it's a reputation what really matters when I'm advising a client what kind of project you want to go with. Additionally, my business partner, and Daniel is the boss. His background, it's in development. It's actually in development, and the group E&V, that's what they've always, been about in Canada. So having a reliable developer is step number one. Now from there, it depends obviously, what the budget of the client is, and based on the budget, the different projects there are, the locations. There's some areas that are still growing. Edgewater is still a growing neighborhood. Now you have a little pocket in, certain areas like North Miami that are also growing, and on the beach as well. So it's a combination of, I guess, developer, budget, and then type of property.
That's good to know. For those of you that are thinking of investing in Miami, you heard it from Vanessa. Vanessa, since you also have a lot of experience on the development side, I know that Engel Völkers, which, both you and Daniel now in Miami are, breaking into this emerging market and, providing this amazing solution. What are your thoughts on the broker side? What services do you help developers with when they're looking partners like Engel Völkers and the Heavy Group?
So there's two parts of it. There's one part that we are able to help with distressed properties. A lot of times developers, you have a plan and you have a budget, and then things happen and you can run into some financial hardships, even as a developer who has a strong background. So there's that part that's more of Daniel's branch when it comes to dealing with developments. And then there's the other part where we're able to help a developer 360, meaning from finding land, coming up with a plan, strategy, all the way to sales and pushing it through our global network. So there's both sides, but overall, we're able to help from the ground up all the way to the final product and closings.
And I think that both of you are reshaping the brand of Engel Völkers in Miami individually. So we're going to talk about how you're expanding and how you're growing very soon. But it is a global brand. So I'm assuming that you also provide, let's talk a little bit about the brand, the Engel Völkers, right?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about the story, because I know it's very well known in Europe and it's a global brand, but maybe for those who are just tuning in, maybe we can touch on that.
So Engel Völkers started in 1977 out of Hamburg, Germany, and they expanded quickly in the luxury real estate market in Germany. Then they had their first office in Mallorca, and from there, right now, till this day, we're talking about 1,000 offices in 35 countries. So they keep expanding. They're number one in Europe and Canada. And right now in Americas, when it comes to North America, the USA, Mexico has just opened up an office in Mexico City, and other areas of Mexico, Tulum. And we keep growing on this side of the world, but in Europe, it's been an established brand for decades. So now our job here in Miami is, bringing in this global network to a very local clientele. And that clientele is not only the end consumer, but the real estate agent that now has the opportunity to join Engel Völkers and have that global reach through our network.
So talking about the agents, I mean, with that brand in mind and with your growth in mind, what are the type of agents that Engel Völkers and you guys are looking to bring in?
So we're not going crazy and recruiting everyone and their mother. We're actually keeping it very boutique. Engel Völkers has always had a boutique approach globally when it comes to their offices. And when we want to keep that touch here in Miami. We are not taking any new agents. We basically invite a select group of real estate agents to become what we call global advisors. And right now we're 42 agents. We have an office in Edgewater. We just opened an office in South of 5th. We're very proud of that. And the idea is that we want to have quality over quantity. We're not looking to build a brokerage of 1,000 agents in Miami like most of the companies now are. We're looking to have a select group of real estate agents that align with the brand, which is a luxury white glove treatment service focus.
Always. I mean, service has to be number one before expansion. So I definitely align with that. Vane, in this process of expansion, what are as a managing partner, as a licensed partner for Engel Völkers and handling a team of again top real estate professionals in your market, what are some of the challenges that you face when managing a team and growing a boutique brokerage?
I think the biggest challenge is finding people that care, that have the same vision and align with where you want to go. I think right now that's the toughest challenge because we know where we're going. It's just finding the right pieces of the puzzle to put that together and make it happen. So that and work-life balance. It's a little.
Does that exist? Work-life balance?
I think so.
Well, I mean, as you're building something that matters, you always have to, as a leader and a partner, you always put, a little bit of the business first. So I definitely understand that. Vane, for yourself, where do you see the brand and how do you see the market in the next couple of years?
For us, Engel Völkers, I see us bringing it to the level that it's known globally, but at a local scale, meaning luxury, boutique, probably the best approach for marketing strategies, with the global reach of the network. When it comes to the market, I think right now we're going through obviously an adjustment. I mean, prices have cooled up a little bit, which is actually good in a way, because right now it's an opportunity for buyers out there. And sellers can still move their inventory with the right marketing strategy and with the right, like I mentioned earlier, working with the right advisor or real estate agent. But in general, I do see the Miami market, as something that keeps growing and has potential to even appreciate over the course of the next few years, because this is not just a pandemic now. It's a city that's growing, and it's growing from the inside out, infrastructure and everything. So I think Miami, could be the next New York.
I've heard that right now one of the things that are keeping the market stable or the price stable is high price point, high interest rates. Mm-hmm. But I also heard that there's a lot of investors moving into Miami and investing in Miami.
Yeah.
Is there a particular location where you see those, markets opportunities coming from to Miami?
I think downtown and Edgewater are still of interest for some investors. Now, the interest rates, because those are two separate parts of the question. The interest rates, yes, is holding back some people to actually go in and, get a mortgage or to actually put their property for sale because they're locked in with a mortgage at a low rate. But at the same time, the educated consumer knows that you can purchase now and refinance later when rates are low and still going to probably get a better deal now than when the rates go down and everyone that has been holding off goes out to purchase something. So that's one part. And then the other part, I mean, I think downtown Edgewater and certain parts of, I would say, North Miami, west of 95, still, we will call it a little sketchy, but there's still opportunities because it's still a good location to central Miami.
So you touched on the buyer side, on how, educated buyers now, they understand they can refinance later. But on the seller side, what are some opportunities for, again, a seller that maybe bought very low interest rate in the past and, they don't want to lose out, or at current price points and interest rates, where would they buy, right? So how?
Well, it's one thing for another, because if they have the opportunity to cash out on good equity, yes, okay, you may not be able to lock in the same rate you currently have on your home, but you have the ability to take that cash out and maybe create a strategy where you can multiply your investment portfolio. Maybe you're going from owning one property to all of a sudden being able to afford 2 properties because you have enough cash. So that's something you have to sit down with your agent and discuss to see what will be the right approach. But there's a motivation if there's enough equity.
It's amazing. I mean, as a global network, you have a lot of benefits. But as a business, as running a business, how do you attract new clients? How do you make sure that you always have, you're always in front of new people that you can help and represent, either buyer or selling?
I do a lot of networking myself. I also have guys like you in my life, and like Stephen, who's back there. Trem, can I talk about it? Yeah. Trem and IVX Boost have been also a great help along the way. And we go back to the Edgewater days. We're way before them.
We go
Engel
way back.
Völkers. So but I think the main thing is always be open to meet new people, connect, and a happy client is going to send you another client. That's been my biggest source of, referrals in this industry. It's not just thinking about one transaction, it's about the relationship you're building with that client, because that happy client will send you more business your way.
Definitely. Steven has a saying, and we keep talking about this, it's not just lead generation, marketing, is relationship generation. It's making sure that you're, providing a good service, you're being authentic, and you're helping people. So, once that trust is set, then they will refer more people to your business. So we definitely agreed on that. But I also know that you represent and help a couple of very unique developers that you believe in. Now, what are some of those that Vanessa Gomez and the team are seeing the biggest opportunity for your clients?
You want me to talk about the projects specifically?
Yes.
Okay. So personally, there's one particular project, GEM Miami World Center. The developer, Naftali Group, is based out of New York, and they're known for their high-end product and finishes. I think it's a building that is going to be a beautiful building, but most importantly, it's the quality of the finished product that it's going to be different to what we're used to down here. I think Naftali Group bringing in their expertise from New York and really having this to be their first tower in Miami, they really want to make it a statement. They're also building the Viceroy Fort Lauderdale. But personally, in Miami, I think that's one project that I will keep my eyes on.
Tell me a little bit more. Amenities, lifestyle finishes. What are your personal favorites on
personal favorites? I still love them. Yesterday, I was at the Mandarin Oriental. That's going to be definitely, there's nothing like it in Miami. Brickell Key, it's a beautiful private island or enclave for those who know Miami. And yes, the price point is, a little bit on the higher end, but the location, and you cannot replicate that piece of land. So that's also something, for the higher end buyer that is looking to get something. It's definitely a project that I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
Location, privacy.
And the developer Swire. They built out Brickell Key. So that's definitely a jewel in the island.
Amazing. Vane, a lot of people that are watching today are also real estate professionals. Some of them are starting their careers now. So I always want to dedicate a little bit of a space for those agents who are starting on the industry now or recently started in the past year or two. And I would like them to hear some advice from you into what would you recommend a new real estate professional to be doing to build a career, to build a business, to grow in today's market. What are your thoughts on that?
Follow up. So important to follow up. Build the relationships with your clients. Don't think about just the commission. Think about what's best for your client, whether you're representing seller or buyer or both. Think about making your client happy and enjoy what you do. If you don't like selling real estate, if you don't like showing houses, if you don't like, just go find another job, because you have to love what you do. And when you love what you do, the money will follow.
So if you're a new real estate agent, you heard it from Vanessa Gomez here in the pipeline. So thank you so much. I mean, is there anything else that you would like to talk about today in regards to your team, in regards to the broker, in regards to yourself? Anything that you want to mention to the viewers?
Well, I think right now we're, using this space to deliver a message. And that message is Engel Völkers is now in Miami. We are inviting those who understand luxury, who understand service, and who like the boutique approach that we have to, come talk to us. If you're a real estate agent wanting to elevate your career, that's exactly what we're doing. We're here to raise the standard in the industry in Miami, and come talk to us.
So Engel Völkers in the emerging Miami market, starting with new developments. So you heard it here first. Now, Vanessa, how can agents, buyers, sellers find you guys digitally today?
So you can go to our website. We have our developments, evmiaminewdevelopments.com, and we have our official miami.evrealestate.com website. You can visit us there. We also have a location in Edgewater. We have our location in South of 5th, right on Ocean and 1st. And hopefully before the end of the year, we will have our new Coconut Grove location.
Well, Vanessa, thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate your time.
I appreciate you.
So this is going to be the first one of many, and we'll keep you guys updated in the next episodes. So thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So